is a new series called Fairy Tales Reimagined. We'll take classic stories you may have heard before and add a magical twist to them. If you like this story, hit the like button so we can bring you more adventures like this one. He wasn't the strongest, the fastest, or the loudest, but he was curious, and he loved to write. Inside was a single object, a glowing pen made of silver and stone. "What's this?" Eli asked. His grandfather's eyes lit up. "That, my boy, is a pen of wisdom." He wrote down questions to help heal broken relationships, solve problems, and learn life lessons. He was known for his booming laughter and love for fancy things. "The pen of wisdom," he said to himself. "It will make me the smartest man in the land. Everyone will listen to my wise words." They couldn't see Eli, but they heard his words, which resonated in their hearts. Meanwhile, Mr. Rush was enjoying a meal with his guards, laughing and eating until they heard Eli's song. His words inspired hope, kindness, and courage in all who read them. Then he heard a knock at the door. Opening it, he saw a young girl standing there. "Hello," she said with a smile. "Do you have a pen?" "I have a question." He continued to write stories and guide young minds, always remembering the importance of curiosity and compassion. Every full moon, though, he would look up at the sky and smile, knowing that somewhere out there, the pen of wisdom was bringing light to another curious soul. Eli's eyes widened. Looking at her innocent face and curious eyes, he saw the same wonder he had felt so long ago. Guiding her inside, he gave her a piece of paper and a silver pen that shone in the moonlight. "Now ask your question," he said, and together they started writing, sharing stories and wisdom. He became a great writer, teacher, and friend, but he never forgot the lessons learned from the pen of wisdom. And every night before bed, he would look up at the stars and whisper, "Thank you." It spoke of freedom, truth, and unity. Suddenly, the mayor slammed his plate on the table, startling everyone. And if you have your own story to share or a fairy tale you'd like to hear, leave a comment below. We can't wait to embark on more adventures with you. "That song," he exclaimed. "It reminds me of something I once promised the people. Yes, I wanted their votes to become mayor, but I had planned to work for their benefit too." Filled with remorse, Mr. Rusk ran outside. Seeing the crowd, he realized what he had done wrong. He had focused only on himself and had forgotten about the needs of others. "I am sorry," he cried. "I will work hard to make things right." The people cheered, and Eli's song continued to echo through the streets. Inspired by Eli's bravery and wisdom, they joined the mayor, helping him fix the roads, plant trees, and organize festivals. Together, they made Eldoria a better place for everyone. But when he asked the pen, "How can I become the smartest man in the land?" nothing happened. Just then, he heard footsteps coming up the tower stairs. It was the guard who had brought him there. "You did it," he said, smiling. "Your song has reminded us of what truly matters." "Thank you." Together, they left the tower and joined the celebration in the square. Eli saw the happy faces of the townspeople and felt a warmth inside him. He didn't know where the pen of wisdom would go next, but he knew its magic lay in asking good questions. So he continued to seek wisdom, not in the pen, but within himself. Confused and angry, Mr. Rusk marched to Eli's house. "Hand over the pen, boy," he demanded. "It rightfully belongs to me." Eli, though afraid, stood firm. "No, it doesn't. This pen chooses who it helps. And you haven't been very kind or helpful. Mr. Rusk grew furious. So be it, he shouted, grabbing Eli by the collar. I will take it by force. Was that? He dragged Eli to his horse and ordered the guards to take the boy to the nearest tower. Keep him there until he gives me the pen, he commanded. Then he rode away, laughing loudly. Through the pen, he discovered that true wisdom came not from having all the answers, but from asking the right questions. We don't have much money, but we always help people whenever we can, the guard sighed. Mr. Rust told us to ignore your father's pleas. He wants the pen of wisdom for himself. When they arrived at the tower, the guard unlocked the door and pushed Eli inside. Don't come out until I come back, he said before leaving. Eli looked around. The room was small, barely big enough for him to turn around. There was a window high up on the wall, but the rest was dark and gloomy. Feeling scared and alone, he sat down on the cold stone floor. But then he remembered the pen of wisdom. Maybe it could help him get out of there. So he closed his eyes and thought hard. What question could help him escape without hurting anyone? Then he had it. He took the pen and wrote, "How can I help everyone leave this place happily?" As he wrote the question, the pen shimmered once more. The ink swirled and formed an answer. Sing a song of freedom, truth, and unity. Eli wasn't sure how singing would help, but he started anyway. He sang about bravery, friendship, and the importance of being kind to each other. The song echoed through the tower and floated out the window. It showed him that even simple acts of kindness could change lives. It doesn't just write words, it reveals truths, but only to those with a pure heart and a seeking mind. Eli stared at the pen. Could it really help him learn all the answers? He looked at his grandfather, whose face seemed to glow as bright as a pen in Eli's hands. Are you sure? He asked. His grandfather nodded slowly. But remember, Eli, it is not for trivial matters. Use it wisely. Eli kept a tiny notebook and a broken pencil in his pocket. He would sit under trees and write little poems, thoughts, and questions like, why do stars shine? What makes someone truly kind? How can I make the world better? Whenever he had a question, he wished there was someone wise to talk to, someone who could answer all of them. But in his town, there weren't many who had time for such talk. In the small town of Eldoria, where mountains touched the sky and rivers whispered secrets, lived a quiet boy named Eli. One day, while helping his grandfather clean the attic, Eli opened an old wooden box. That night, Eli sat under his favorite tree, the old willow by the river. Taking a deep breath, he opened his notebook and wrote, I want to be wise, kind, and helpful. Please help me. Then he added another line. What is the most important lesson I should learn first? As he wrote the question, the ink shimmered and moved on its own, forming a reply, kindness for it changes hearts. Eli gasped. He tried again. How can I be brave? And the pen replied, courage is not the absence of fear, but choosing to act despite it. Each answer felt like a guiding light, showing him what to focus on. Eli felt like he had found a secret treasure more valuable than gold. Over time, he used the pen to help villagers. Meanwhile, news of the pen of wisdom spread throughout the land, reaching the ears of a greedy mayor named Mr. Rusk. As the guards walked Eli to the tower, he asked, Why are you doing this? My father is a blacksmith. Below, the townspeople gathered in front of the mayor's house, listening intently. Back in the tower, Eli finished his song. He had no idea what was happening outside, but he hoped his music had brought some good. From that day on, Eli continued to write, but now he wrote for everyone. Years later, during one of his writing sessions, Eli realized he hadn't seen the pen in quite some time. He wondered if it had found another eager learner. And so the legacy of the pen of wisdom continued, passing from one curious mind to another, reminding everyone that the greatest wisdom comes from within, from the questions we ask and the kindness we share. As for Eli, he lived a long and happy life. The end. If you like this magical tale, please hit the like button.